Welcome to a for previous question paper discussion. Today we are dealing mathematical reasoning questions. The first question, a sum of 50,000 is invested in a bank deposit for 1 year at an interest rate of 10% per annum, compounded on a half yearly basis. What is the amount of interest at the end of 1 year? Okay, here the 10% per annum interest rate are given, and the amount 50,000 is deposited for a half yearly basis. So what is the amount of interest at the end of 1 year? This is our question. So we already know that the amount in compound interest is solved by this equation. A is equal to A is the amount is equal to P into P is for principal amount, P into 1 plus R by 100 raised to N. Okay, this R is for interest rate and N is for number of year. Okay, here 10% per annum interest rate is given, so it is for 1 year, that is 12 month. So for 12 month it is 10%. So we need to find the half yearly basis interest rate. So for 1 month it is 10 by 12%. So for half year, that is 6 month, it is 10 by 12 into 6%. So 6 in 12, 2 times 10 by 2 is 5%. So interest rate in half year, that is 5%. So this R is equal to 5%. Then N is number of year. N is number of years. So in this case, this is half yearly basis compound interest calculated. So for 1 year there is 2 half year. So in case of this half yearly basis, N is equal to 2N. Okay, so our equation, please try to understand one thing here. Interest rate R become R by 2 and N become 2N in case of half yearly basis. So we can apply this equation. A is equal to P, principal amount, it is 50,000 into 1 plus 5 by 100 raised to 2N. 2 into N is 1 year. Okay, that is 50,000 into 1 plus 5 by 100 is 0.05 square. Okay, 50,000 into 1.05 square. 1.05 square is equal to 1.1025 into 50,000. Okay, so A is equal to 50,000 into 1.1025 is equal to 55125. Okay, then we need to find the amount of interest at the end of 1 year. So interest is equal to A minus P, amount minus the principal amount. Okay, that is 55,125 minus 50,000. Okay, this is equal to 5,125. Okay, so our option is option A. Given 3 numbers, first is twice the second and is half of the third. If the average of 3 numbers is 56, then the difference of first and third number is. So here provided 3 numbers and there is a relation between that numbers. So let A comma B comma C the 3 numbers, and first given the first is twice the second. So A is equal to 2B. Okay, then the remaining is the first is twice the second and half of the third, that is A is equal to C by 2. Okay, A is already, we find that A is equal to 2B. So apply this in this equation. 2B is equal to C by 2. So C is equal to 2 into 2B, that is 4B. Okay, C is equal to 4B. We make all the term in the term of B. So we need to find the average. Average is equal to we already know the equation of average. Average is equal to sum divided by number. Okay, sum is equal to a plus b plus c divided by total 3 numbers are available. Okay, is equal to, it's given that it is 56. So for a we can substitute 2b plus b plus, for c it is 4b divided by 3 is equal to 56. Next we need to add all the b's, that is 2b plus b 3b, 3b plus 4b 7b by 3 is equal to 56. Then b is equal to 56 divided by 3 become into 3 and into 7 become divided by 7. So b is equal to 56 into 3 by 7. 7 in 58, 8 times 8 into 3, it's 24. So we get b is equal to 24. Our question is the difference of first and third. So first is a is equal to 2b. Okay, that is 2 into b is equal to 24. 2 into 24, it is 48. Then b is equal then we need to find c. C is equal to 4b, that is 4 into 24. 4 into 24, it is 96. So we need to find the difference between first and third. So here third is bigger, so c minus a is equal to 96 minus 48, it's equal to 48. So the difference is 48. So our option is option D, 48. Identify the next term in the series 2, 10, 26, 50, etc. So we need to find the next term in the series. So try to find the relation among this series. So we need to find the difference. So the difference in 2 and 10 is 8. 10 and 26 is 16, and 26 and 50 is 24. So first case, that is 8 into 1. Then second, it is 8 into 2, that is equal to 16. And in third case, 8 into 3, that is equal to 24. So obviously the fourth one have a difference of 8 into 4, that is 32. So the fifth term is 50 plus 32 is equal to 82. So our option is option C. Next question. In the following letter series, what is the next term? A, B, C, F, B, C, D, G, C, D, E, H, D, E, F, I. Okay. So try to find the relation in this question. A, B, C, D, E, F. This D, E is missing. And next B, C, D, E, F, G. This E, F is missing. And third one C, D, E, F, G, H. This F, G is missing. D, E, F, G, H, I. This G, H is missing. And the series is start with A, B, C, D. So next time start with E, F, G, H, I, J. So this H, I should miss. So the answer is E, F, G, J. E, F, G, J. So our option is option C. Next question. A man in a train noticed that he can count 31 telephone poles in 1 minute. If the poles are at equal intervals of 50 meter, what is the speed of the train? Okay, we need to find the speed of the train, and given that the man noticed 31 telephone poles in 1 minute. So in here we can make that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if there is 5 poles, then the gap between this pole is 4. So here 31 poles are noticed. So there is 30 gaps available. Okay, so the total distance in between 30 gap is equal to 30 into the gap between two pole is 50 meter. So 30 into 50, that is 1500 meters are the distance noticed. So the distance traveled is 1500. This is equal to 1.5 kilometer. Okay, then he noticed this 31 telephone poles in 1 minute. So 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 hour. That is 60 minutes equal to 1 hour. Then 1 minutes equal to 1 by 60 hour. Okay, so 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 hour. So this distance is traveled in this much of time. So we need to find the speed of the train. Speed is equal to distance by time is equal to 1.5 kilometer divided by 1 by 60 hours. So it become 1.5 into 60 is equal to 90 kilometer per hour. So our option D, 90 kilometers per hour. Next, consider the following three set of numbers: A 2, 5, 9, B 1, 6, 10, C 3, 4, 8. Which of the following represent correct ascending order of the average of three set A, B, C? Choose the correct answer from the option given below. So here we given three set of numbers with three numbers. So we need to write this in the ascending order of average of three set, that is increasing order of average of three set. So we need to find the average of set A, B, C. So we know the formula of average. Average is equal to sum divided by number. Okay, sum divided by number. So average of A is equal to sum of the digit, that is 2 plus 5 plus 9 divided by the number is three numbers are available. So 2 plus 5 7, 7 plus 9, it's 16 by 3. Then average of set B, that is 1 plus 6 plus 10 by 3. It is equal to 1 plus 6 7, 7 plus 10 17 by 3. Then average of C, that is 3 plus 4 plus 8 divided by 3. 3 plus 4 7, 7 plus 8 15, 15 by 3. So these are the average of numbers. So the increasing order is first 15 by 3, then 16 by 3, then 17 by 3. So 16 by 3 is greater than 15 by 3, then 17 by 3 is greater than 16 by 3. So 15 by 3 is average of C, and 16 by 3 is the average of A, and 17 by 3 is the average of B. So this is the ascending order of average. That is, our option is option A. Next, a man is facing southwest. If he turned 90 degree in the anti-clockwise direction and then 135 degree in clockwise direction, which direction is he facing now? Okay, so these are the direction based questions. So we need to draw all the directions, that is here north, east, west and south, and these are the subdirection. Here northeast, here southeast, and here southwest, here northwest. Okay, so initially the man is facing southwest, that is the man is standing in this middle position and facing southwest. So if he turn 90 degree in anti-clockwise direction, so the anti-clockwise direction is, it is opposite to the clockwise direction. This is the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, anti-clockwise, and this is the clockwise direction. This is clockwise direction. Okay, so he turn 90 degree in anti-clockwise direction means in this direction he make 90 degree. So the final position after the 90 degree anti-clockwise direction is here, that is southeast. After that he turn 135 degree in clockwise direction. So clockwise direction is in this direction, and it's around 135 degree. So he turned 135. Initially he turned a 90 degree, and there is a 45 degree after the rotation. So we already already know that the angle between main direction and subdirection is always 45, that is north and northeast, this become 45, and every side this is equal to 45 degree. So already 190 degree rotated, then 45, 90 plus 45 is equal to 135 degree. So finally he reached in this position. So it is the, so now he is facing west direction. So our option is option 1, west. Next, given below are two sentences, statements. Statement 1, sum of the angle of a triangle is 180 degree. Statement 2, the sum of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. In the light of the above statement, choose the correct answers from the option given below. So we given 4 options and 2 statement. So we initially we need to check the statement 1 and 2 are correct or not. So first we take statement 1. Statement 1 is sum of the angle of a triangle is 180 degree. So it's a true statement, that is there is a triangle, its internal angle of, it have 3 internal angle, sum of these 3 internal angle is become 180 degree. So the first statement is correct. Then the sum of any two side of a triangle is greater than that of third side. This statement is also true according to triangular inequality. If there is a triangle side A B C, then A plus B should greater than C, and B plus C should greater than A, and A plus C should greater than B. So according to this, the statement 2 is also correct. So in this case, two statement 1 and 2 are true. So our option is option A. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Okay, next, if 30% of A is equal to 0.25 of B is equal to 1 by 5 of C, then which of the following is true about A is to B is to C? So we take the first term initially, that is 30% of A is equal to 0.25 of B. That is we can write that 30%, for 30% we can write that 30 by 100. 30 by 100 of A is equal to 0.25. 0.25 we can write that 25 by 100 of B. Okay, then we can simplify. 3 by 10 of A is equal to 25 by 100, 4 times, that is 1 by 4 B. Okay, then A by B is equal to A by B, this B came downward, then remaining all time are came together, then this by 10 came here, and 10 by 3 into 4. Okay, that is 10 by 12. By simplifying we get 5 by 6. A by B is equal to 5 by 6. Okay, that is A is to B is equal to 5 is to 6. Okay, then the second statement, 0.25 of B is equal to 1 by 5 of C. That is 0.25 percent 0.25 of B is equal to 1 by 5 of C. Okay, 0.25 we can write that 25 by 100 B is equal to 1 by 5 C. 25 in 100 4 times, that is B by 4 is equal to C by 5. Okay, that is B by C is equal to 4 by 5. Then B is to C is equal to 4 is to 5. Okay, this is the second relation. First relation is here. So B is to C is 4 is to 5 and A is to B is 5 is to 6. Okay, here this is the B. In this two ratio, these 2B are different, so we need to take that 2B are same. So we take LCM of this 4 and 6, that is 12. This is a LCM of 4 and 6. So for getting this 12, we multiplied this 4 into 3. So we need to multiply this 5 also into 3. So B is to C now become 4 into 3 12 and 5 into 3 it is 15. And in second case, by getting this 6 to 12, that is we multiplied with 2, so we also should multiply with this 5 again, also with this 2. So the final ratio of A is to B is equal to 5 into 2, that is 10, and 6 into 2, that is 12. So in this case both B and both B are same number, that is 12. So we need to write the ratio of A is to B is to C is equal to A, it's 10, B is 12 and C is 15. So this is our option. Option is 3. 10 is to 15, 12 is to 15. Okay, so for more solution, please subscribe our channel. Thank you.